everyone, today we're going to read a book and it's called Chickens Aren't the Only Ones. And this is an informational text, and that means it's nonfiction. So this is a book that is going to teach us something. It's not going to have characters that think and talk and act in the story. It's going to be a book that explains something, and in this case it's going to explain all about animals that lay eggs. Now, the author of this book is Ruth Heller, and even though these are illustrations or drawings, it is still an informational text. Now, we usually say that one thing that we usually notice about informational texts or informational books is sometimes they'll have photographs. If you think back to when we learned about bears, a lot of those books that taught us about bears had pictures of bears that were taken with a camera. Well, this book is kind of cool because it does teach us something. It has facts and information, but the pictures that are in the book are not photos, they're illustrations, but they're illustrations that they're meant to look sort of real. So this chicken on the cover, we can tell this is something that someone drew, but they tried to draw it so it looks like a real chicken. It's not a character chicken that has, a talking mouth or eyes with big eyelashes and things. The person who drew this picture, the illustrator, tried to keep it pretty true to what a chicken looks like. All right, now, you might notice that there's a big egg on this book, and the book says this is a book about animals that lay eggs. Now, before we go any farther, there is a fancy word in this book. And I think that if you ask your parents, they might not even know this word because this is a really fancy science word. Look at how funny Hoffa is over there. Okay, here's the word. Ready? Can you see that? The word is oviparous. Can you say that? Oviparous. 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 And actually, if you just look at the VIP, that chunk is a CVC word. Vip. Oviparous. Now, I put an arrow by the O to give you a little reminder of what oviparous means. The O sort of looks like an egg, and oviparous means creatures, animals that lay eggs. Okay? So we're going to hear that word today in this story, and it means a creature that lays eggs. Are you ready? Here we go. Chickens aren't the only ones. Chickens aren't the only ones. A book about animals that lay eggs. Chickens lay the eggs that you buy. The eggs you boil, or the eggs you fry, or the eggs that you dye, or leave alone so you can see what grew inside naturally. Chickens aren't the only ones. Does anyone know what kind of animal this is? A peacock. Every bird, wow, look at that beautiful illustration of those birds. Every bird, wild or tame, does the same. So all of these birds are birds that they lay eggs. So birds lay eggs. Here it looks like we have a turkey, a swan, some ducks, different types of birds. The ostrich lays the largest egg. The hummingbird lays the smallest. So here's a big egg to represent the ostrich egg, and here is the hummingbird egg in comparison. And these are all different types of eggs that different birds lay. chickens aren't the only ones. Most snakes lay eggs, and lizards too, and crocodiles and turtles do. So these are all creatures who lay eggs. And dinosaurs who are extinct, but they were reptiles too. So we won't see any dinosaurs or dinosaur eggs anymore because they're extinct, but that is how dinosaurs made new dinosaurs, little baby dinosaurs. They hatched from eggs. Frogs and toads and salamanders lay eggs, and when they hatch, they're tadpoles who grow legs and climb a lily pad just like their mom and dad. They don't have claws or scaly skins. They are called amphibians. Fish eggs float up to the surface or sink to the bottom of the ocean floor. Look at all those beautiful fish. They're so colorful. This mother seahorse lays her eggs into the father's pouch. He keeps them there until they hatch, and then he's through. I think that's nice of him, don't you? These fathers, too, are helping out by guarding eggs protected by that foamy mass that's floating by. And they won't leave until they're sure that all the eggs have hatched. These don't look like eggs to me, but they were laid in the sea. This one by a shark. This one by a ray is a mermaid's purse, they say. So these are super interesting looking eggs. They don't look like the eggs that we think of when we usually think of eggs, but this is what one type of shark eggs looks like, and this is what a ray's eggs look like. The octopus is said to shed 100,000 eggs and then to hang them up in strings attached to rocks or caves. So these are the eggs hanging or dangling from rocks or caves. The moon snail's eggs are mixed with sand to form this collar-looking band. Wow, it's fascinating. Who knew there were so many different eggs? Spiders wrap their eggs in sacks, and snails, you know, are very slow, but they lay eggs that hatch and grow. And so do insects, who have 6 legs and lay many different kinds of eggs. This one will hatch into a hungry caterpillar who will grow and grow and grow and then climb up a stem and change into this, a chrysalis, and change once and change again one summer morn. That's how a butterfly is born. Oh, it makes me so happy to see butterflies. In my front yard, I have a few special plants called butterfly bushes, and during the summer, a lot of butterflies come and visit and like to eat and sit and hang out in the butterfly bushes. It's so much fun to watch. I don't touch them. Animals with fur or hair who nurse their young and don't lay eggs are known as mammals. So a spiny anteater and a duckbill hold on a minute. These are 2 exceptions. They both live in Australia. So the spiny anteater and the duckbill platypus are mammals, but they do lay eggs. So most mammals do not lay eggs. They have babies that just come out of their mom's bodies, like a human baby comes out because a human is a mammal. Most mammals give birth to live young. They don't hatch from an egg. except for the anteater and this platypus, they do lay eggs, even though they're mammals. Chickens aren't the only ones. There's no more to discuss. Everyone who lays an egg is oviparous. So there's that fancy word, oviparous. So oviparous means creatures or animals that lay eggs. So most of the creatures we talked about in this book are oviparous, meaning they lay eggs. Well, really, all the animals in this book are oviparous, but it did mention mammals, and mammals don't lay eggs. Animals who don't lay eggs have babies born alive and well, but that's another tale to tell. The end. So here on this page, they show a sweet little kitty mom with the baby kittens. Now, a cat doesn't lay eggs. They are mammals, so they give live birth. So their kittens come out of their mom's tummies just like little kittens. They don't hatch from an egg. So this fancy word, oviparous, let's say it together, oviparous. When you see the word oviparous, you can remember the O is a little hint that this means creatures that lay eggs. Creatures that lay eggs. All right, well, that's our lesson for today. We're going to do a little bit more work on oviparous creatures later this week. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful day.